Is Japanese transportation really efficient? It really depends on where you're going. How long does it take me to get to my house in the country from Hiroshima? Well, let's see. First, I take the train from Kaitaichi Station, and I have to go all the way to Saijo Station. It takes less than 40 minutes, typically, assuming the weather is not bad. I'm actually at Saijo Station right now. From here, I take the bus to the very last bus station, the very last stop in North Hiroshima. Whoops. I need more money on my card. Okay, got it. Nice. The bus leaves here in about 7 minutes, just enough time to grab something to drink from 7-Eleven. And now I'm just outside the station. You can see it right there. And in front of the station, conveniently, is a round area where the buses are. And this is where I get on my bus. It's across the way, but it's maybe just like a 30-second walk from the front of the station. From my apartment in Hiroshima to the station, if I ride my bicycle, it's maybe 10 minutes. If I walk, it's about 20 minutes at the most. From there, from the station to Saijo Station, it takes about 30 minutes for the train to get me here. Then I have to catch the bus from here to my house, my Akiya, or kind of an Akiya. It's still kind of unoccupied at the moment. I guess you could say my Kominka. From here to my Kominka on the bus, it's about 45-minute ride normally if the traffic is not bad, which it usually isn't on the weekend. Most people aren't going to Toyosaka on the weekend. And then from there I walk another 45 minutes at least, depending on my speed, mostly uphill, get to my house. So let's go ahead and get on the bus, and then I'll update you later on the next part of this little journey. Here's something you won't get to see very often. I'm actually talking on the bus. Nobody else is on here right now, and the bus driver got off for a minute, so I just wanted to be a rebel in Japan. Cha-cha! Once this bus gets to the last station, normally I stop at Family Mart. They have toilets. My house has no toilets. If for some reason I haven't eaten, which today I have had breakfast already, I'll eat there and then I'll go out to my house from there. Okie dokie. I got off the bus. Bus station is right over there. Here's the Family Mart. This is the last possible convenience store or konbini before I get to my house. From here, walking that direction towards my house, it will take me about 45 minutes at your normal walking speed. It's probably 75 to 80% uphill. Going there is not as fast as coming back. That's pretty much my total trip information. First is bicycle from home for about 10 minutes. Then the train from my station to Saijo Station, which takes about 30 minutes. Then from there I take the bus to here in Toyosaka, which takes another 45 minutes or so. And then from here it's about a 45-minute walk. In total, it's not what I would call efficient or speedy, but I'll look forward to when I get a car so I can get out here in an hour or less. All right, it's time for me to start walking. Got some grass to cut and clearing to do, so time to get to it. Time to say goodbye to the only nice bathroom that I will see between here and my house. Depending on how my energy is, I hope to get a lot of grass cutting done. I've got my bag, and inside I bought a lot of trimmer line. So I have two different types of cutting heads for my trimmer. One is the saw blade, and one is the trimmer line. A little sunny out here. I think it was Jaya, Tokyo Llama. He mentioned that he doesn't like the trimmer line, and I can understand why, depending on what you're cutting. If you're cutting brush and really thick grass and things like that, it's much faster and easier to use the saw blade type head. But when you're cutting next to the house, a rock wall, or when you need to get in close to those hard things, the trimmer line is definitely superior. Constantly hitting your metal blade on your stone wall or on your house and things like that, not only does it just destroy the blade much faster. It's not easy to cut that stuff. Some of that stuff you can't cut. My driveway, for example, there's a lot of stone there and concrete, and by using a metal blade, it will damage the blade very fast, but it's also not easy to cut that stuff. With line, just some regular trimmer string or trimmer line, it's much faster and much easier to cut that stuff. So depending on what you're cutting, you can choose one or the other, but that's just my opinion. It's just past 10 o'clock in the morning right now. This is Toyosaka Kurasu Cafe. This is the place where I had deer sausage. They're not open until 11 o'clock, so they're gonna be closed for a little while longer, but I just wanted to share. And their normal hours are about, oh, it says actually 11:30 to 4 o'clock. But it's on the main street right here. This is the building. It used to be an abandoned building too, and they've converted it into the cafe. There's another building right next door that appears to be completely empty right now. It's not being used. It would be really cool to have this building and use it for something, but right now, this is the main street of Toyosaka, the city or town, I guess you could say, that's connected to where my house is. My house is not in the immediate area. Like I said, it takes about 45 minutes to walk from here to my house. The first part, sorry about that, it's a little loud. The first part of this walk goes right through the main part of the town, which is where I'm at now. And then it starts to leave at that light right there. Actually, it splits off two different directions. We're going to the right. It also goes to the left. If you go to the left, I think you can keep driving that way and eventually get to Miyoshi, which is a nice place. But I'll show you in a minute the countryside, which is more like the area where my house is located. From here, just starting to get outside of the town. The traffic light was right behind me there. And of course, you can see in front of me, there's just road. Road and kind of like some farmhouses, some small fields. It'll open up a little more and you'll see some larger fields in just a few moments. Okay, now you're starting to see a little more of the farmland out here. Woo, okie dokie. I've been walking from the convenience store for about 20 minutes now. There's some nice shade right here in the trees. I'm gonna take a quick break, let you see some of the countryside here, some of the surroundings. When there are no cars on this main road, it's pretty quiet. If you look at the sidewalk, the area where you're walking down the road, you can see where when it rains really hard, that it's how it's washing down through here. And whenever it rains, this will really pick up. Break time's over. Let's walk again. I've been walking now for just over 30 minutes. And you can see how beautiful it is out here right now. I guess you can't see it, but there are many, many dragonflies out here. Just absolutely gorgeous. And all the green. I have to go downhill a little bit here and then back up a little hill. And then I'll go over to the villa. This particular spot is nice because there's a very cute shrine right here with some stairs, a little cemetery here. I guess it belongs to a family. Time to continue on and walk for about 10 to 15 more minutes and we'll be there. This is the main road right here. I just exited to come down here. This is the road that goes to my Kominka. You can't see it from here because there's a house in front. So we're just about a minute or two away. The little mountains, there's the big fields out here. There are a couple of people out here working in the fields right now. But you notice that back here, there are about 3 peaks. I just wanted you to kind of see the reveal as you walk around the corner here, what it looks like out here in my front yard. So all of these fields here, this is my front yard. It's not my stuff, you know. There's my house right there. And you can see behind it the forest and then the small little mountain. My neighbors right over there, those are my closest neighbors. And I've met the guy that lives there. He's a real nice guy. But you'll notice that right over here to the right of my house appears to be another Akiya. This one is in pretty rough shape, but seems like it is salvageable. I've never seen anybody actually here at this Akiya, but maybe somebody still keeps it. I wanted to show you the other side of it. We can walk around right quick and I'll show you. The road continues on up through there, and of course this road that turns left goes right in front of my house, right here. Beautiful, huh? And it's a beautiful day. Really beautiful day. Here is the front of this Akiya. You can see. Now the design and probably the age is very similar to mine, but there are a couple of differences. One is it's much smaller than mine, and the other thing is, if you notice the roof, you see how rusty the metal is on the roof, and the materials that they use. Like there's some tin here, and there's tin on the roof. They use this to cover up the thatching, because I know that this roof has the thatched underneath it, but on top it's got that rusty tin. My house doesn't have that, so that would definitely have to be taken off and replaced with something else. A little more expensive to do that than what needs to be done on the roof at my house. Right here along the road here, from this part all the way down to that small kura on the end, all this land going all the way back to the forest there, it used to belong to this family. So all of this land used to be part of this. And from what I understand, some of the fields here too. But right now, there are a couple of patches of this field here, this farmland, that are for sale, that used to belong to this land, to this house. But I cannot buy it. Maybe if I worked out some kind of deal where other people would work it and I could own it, maybe that would work, but I've never heard of anyone being able to do such a thing in Japan. And by the way, yep, if you look at the roof on my house here, it's in relatively good shape. There are a couple of little hip pieces that are missing right up here, and that needs to be taken care of. But there's no rust, because this material doesn't rust. It's like a copper material. It doesn't rust. It's very high quality. At one time, this family was doing really well. I've got a little bit of work to do. I really want to get this grass cleared out as much as possible. So I'm going to get to that. I did remember my key today, so I can unlock the gate. So I'll do that and go on in. See you guys later. Bye.